like it's countdown time. Woman's like, all right, if this nigga don't shape up, I'm out of here. Like, at what point of relationship does this clock start
And
ticking?
what's the signs?
See,
He
so
said,
that's the so that's
No,
actually
real shit.
subjective
Like,
because I like you mentioned patience. I believe I'm the type of woman that has a lot of patience. So it might take me, I mean, it might take me like 6 months, not even 6 months, at least a year to be like, all right, it's been a year. He ain't changed now. Some women might be like,
did you,
after a
did you have
month,
a conversation to my guy about that throughout that year? Like,
huh?
or did you just
No,
give
I'm see,
silent
and that's the
test?
thing. No, this is the thing. So the test came later, and the test came later when I was just like, you know what, fuck it, this is how I'm gonna do it. But no, early on, I was like, again, goes back to my relationship. I would communicate. I'm not comfortable with you doing this. I don't like when you do this. It makes me feel this way when I see you do or say this. Okay, we had a talk. A few months later, he might repeat the same thing. So I'm just like, okay, maybe he just, I'm like, he's just not hearing me. Maybe let me try to say it a different way.
mm-hmm.
So if it comes to a point where I have to start raising my voice and I find myself getting overly upset, that's when I know my breaking point is near. Because I'm a very cool, calm, and collected person. It takes a lot for me to get out of my character. It takes a lot for me to raise my voice. When we argue, I don't raise my voice because we're not getting anywhere. I can be as loud as I want to, but we're not getting anywhere. That's not effective at all. So if I find myself getting out of character, that's when I know, okay, my breaking point is near, and I gotta find a way to either let him know how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, because I'm the type of person that I don't know how to communicate my feelings well verbally. I can put it down on the paper; they'll be in my head, and I know what I want to say, but verbally, I get nervous because I don't like confrontation, so I get nervous. So for me, effectively is writing it down, typing
Okay.
it up, whatever I have to do. But verbally, I get real nervous because again, I don't like confrontation. But as far as the signs go, every
You
woman
don't
is
think the
different.
confrontation would be good for the relationship, though?
It depends on my partner. Like my ex, he he didn't like confrontation, but his thing was if you brought something up to him that he felt isn't that big of a deal or something, he'll brush it off. And I don't like that. I don't like feeling like my feelings are not being heard or my feelings are just being like downplayed. I don't like that. So when that came about, I would start getting upset. So it was just, I knew how he would react to what I would say. So, to avoid me getting any more upset or like showing him my emotions, I avoided the verbal communication. Like I would just simply text. It can be later in the day when the whole thing is over and done with. But yeah, but as far as the signs, some women some women might change their demeanor. Some women might be real. I'm a petty one, so I'll let you know that now I'm petty. So it'll go from me texting you first good morning. It'll go from how I text you good morning. I could just be like morning. I can stop putting like punctuation marks. I can
Mm.
put dot dot dot. Like it's a lot. I'm real petty. So it'll go from how we communicate, how I'm texting you. It'll go from just me totally shutting out, like I hear you, but I'm not responding to you.
Mm.
It'll go to me being extra on social media because I know well, my ex, he was big on social media. He didn't like a lot of stuff like Joe shit on social media. So I would be extra Joe, especially with men that I knew. Because then it was just like, all right, nigga, I'm
Damn.
like, I'm no longer caring about what you're like, how you feel about what I do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm about. At the end of the day, fuck you and fuck your feelings. So every woman is different. I take the petty route, petty and childish route. The old me took the petty and childish route. So.
I think my ex, like,
Nigga, Tatiana, wow, you got
I mean,
Kendrick
you feel
Perez in
me.
the building.
You feel me because it's like I'm tired of taking the high road. I took the high road so long and I gave you so many warnings. So now I got to get to you. I got to get through to you my crazy way. I'm tapping into my crazy side now.
Mm.
Fuck you. It is what it is.
I can't be mad at that. it took maturity through relationships, which means some motherfucking pride hits that I had to take some motherfucking hits to my fucking pride for me to be able to understand fully in a mature way where a woman is constantly trying to communicate with you, tell you, hey, and then it's exacerbated once again, like how you say you have a certain way that you prefer to communicate these things as opposed to verbal. You know what I mean? The typical man is like verbal, like, yo, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me.
Yeah.
Is the case. You know what I mean? So sometimes it takes for us to step outside of our comfort zones as well to try to, you know what I mean, to connect the bridges and shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes it might not make sense to us, but it ain't meant to make sense to us. It's meant for us to just, to be in it and see what we can learn from it. So I dig it.
And another thing is like some men really just don't understand unless you are actually yelling at them, unless you are putting hands on. It's just like, why is this how we have to communicate for you to understand what the hell I'm trying to get to? Like, I'm trying to make a point, but I don't want to have to get out of my character. I don't want to have to get disrespectful. Mm-hmm. So why can't you just understand when I'm speaking to you in a calm manner about how I feel? So
wait. So why it always got to get disrespectful though? Like, why can't
some men, honestly,
like
that goes to how some people are raised. Like they're so used to, or all they know is, I don't understand what you're saying to me or the point you're trying to make until you talk to me in this manner, until you talk to me in a certain type of way. They don't understand until they feel disrespected. And now once they feel disrespected, now my antennas is up. Now, why are you talking to me this way? Why are you acting this way? Because I told you time and time again. And it's crazy because L Dove had asked, but why not just leave the relationship? When you love somebody,
right.
It's not easy. Me and my ex were on and off for 9 years. 9 years. We were together for 4 years consecutively. I broke up with him after my last straw of me actually seeing proof that he cheated on me. And then we was off for a year and a half, got back on, was off for another 2 years, got back on. I decided like last year, fucking quit. I can't do it no more. I love him to death. And I blocked him on everything. And recently he emailed me and asked me why I blocked him. Like, I can't do this. I can't do this shit. Because it's like, he doesn't understand that I am completely done until I cut all ties. I'm saying some people really just don't understand. I love him to death. But it took a lot out of me. That took a lot to actually cut ties with him. When you really love somebody and like have your whole life planned out with them, it's hard.
Right.
It really is.
I feel that. And, it might be selfish, but you definitely got to save yourself, which is why, like, as a gangster, real shit. Like, you got to put things in life perspectives and shit. Because, like, if the roles were reversed, how much of yourself would you allow to be drained on account of somebody who is intentionally not getting it? Like, that shit hurts. That shit does. Such a way that you'll think this person is doing it on purpose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your head will start fucking with crazy ass way about it.
Yep. And it's like certain things is like, as far as certain things, you just don't know. You really just don't know. Because you can have in your mind that they're doing stuff. You can have in your mind like, all right, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. They might switch up for a little bit and you're like, all right, never mind. Never mind. Like, it's going so good right now, never mind. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's seasonal.
Like, I knew from the rip, like, I was gonna break up with him, but it was just like something kept pulling me back. It's just like, but this last time, I knew off the rip. I think I knew 3 months in. But it was just the situation, the circumstances we were in. It was just like, the circumstances didn't allow for us to like break up at that moment. So it was just like,
what do you mean the circumstances didn't allow?
We were living together, so the circumstances didn't allow. So it was just like, first 3 months were cool, and then I completely shut out. It was something in me changed, and conversations and shit that we were having, I completely shut out. And he knew it when I stopped sleeping in the room with him. He knew it.
Damn.
And then, and then after that, it was just, once he felt my drift, he started to change too.
Right.
So it was just like, and at one point in time, I stopped hiding it. Like I was talking to other guys, I stopped hiding it.
Damn, that's disrespectful as fuck.
That
It
shit
is
kind
what it is.
that's a slow burn though. That's a fucking slow burn. Like I empathize with you, but it is fucked up.
Yo, I mean, what you mean? Like,
Oh, I do empathize.
crazy. Like, yo, what if I just was talking to some broad, like, in front of your face? Like, that's disrespectful. Like, at least step outside, go to your car, and, like, hide it, like, in my face, though? Like, I don't know. You would have came home to your shit burned on the lawn or something. Like,
Not for nothing. This has nothing to do with nothing, but I always said, like, my pettiness ever rise and shit, I'll probably just break all the heels off my shoes.
See, y'all are disrespectful. See, this is the thing. See, and
I
y'all
like
blame
that, Jack.
women.
I like that.
Men blame women for doing shit like